I'm Kate Rheinstein Brodsky, and I'm the founder of KRB, and this is my apartment in New York. I loved our previous apartment, but I have 3 daughters, and they were starting to grow and get bigger and take up more space. So we started looking, and my father-in-law actually said, you know, there's an apartment in our building that you should come take a look at. The apartment had been renovated probably 30 years ago, and the people had big art and more contemporary taste, and they closed 3 windows and had taken out a lot of the 30s molding and closed up fireplaces and all this kind of stuff. And I don't think other people could see the potential. I walked in and I thought, oh, I know how great this apartment can be. My in-laws live in this building. And I was like, and their apartment is fabulous. And we decided to buy it. I think that the entry hall is a good example of the power of color and paint. Structurally, we didn't change a lot. It was all white and gray. And I love a dirty green. I love a muddy color. My husband, Alexander, does not. So I had to figure out a way to get the color I wanted while still giving him the bright, clear colors that he loves. And we really did that by kind of the repeated use of kind of this orangey red. I am not the first to say this, but hardware is definitely the jewelry of a house, and these E.R. Butler sort of emerald doorknobs are pretty fabulous. This is the front door, and I knew we needed to tell people how to get in and out, and it was a perfect place to do this beautiful leather door with this studded pattern, which was done for us by French Finish and designed by Maurice and Sharon. And I love it. You know how to leave when you're ready to go. My late mother, the decorator Suzanne Rheinstein, was certainly one of my largest influences, if not the largest influence. I was an only child, and I spent a huge amount of time with my mother. When other kids were going to like soccer on the weekend, I was going to San Juan Capistrano, to the Decorative Arts Center, or to stay with like Get Dernberger. Just getting to be around amazing things and interesting antiques and people who loved the decorative arts and were always telling me why it was interesting and important, and that really stuck. As I mentioned, my in-laws also live in this building, and their apartment is pretty perfect, and so I knew what kind of the perfect living room layout was. But I also wanted to make sure that this felt like it was our own apartment, and so I decided to buy a board. And when I told my mother, she's like, all right, well, draw it out, figure out the floor plan. I drew it all out on a floor plan, and it worked. When we first moved in and decorated the space, I actually had a tapestry here, and it just didn't work. And I commissioned Mary Nelson Sinclair to make this triptych, and I really love it. It's big, and I think that it emphasizes the height of the ceilings. I think it feels really good in the room. Beneath it is this 11-foot long sofa, and I purchased it from an auction, and it came out of a house in Texas. And I turned to my husband, Alex, and I was like, I just made such a great purchase, like this great, I got a deal on this sofa. He goes, and then? I said, and then I had to cover it in 40 yards of velvet. He goes, and then? I said, well, I couldn't find any trim to match it, so I had to have the trim dyed to match. He goes, okay, and then? I was like, and then it was so big it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so they brought it up in 2 pieces, and the upholsterer had to finish it in the apartment. So I'm lucky that Alex is on board with all these things, but also he was like, so is it really a bargain? And I was like, I think it still is. I think it's still very reasonably priced. One of the most special things in our apartment is this pair of chests. They're 18th century Italian, and they came from the estate of Julia Reed. She was friends with my parents, and I always idolized her and her taste. The most special part was that my mother actually gave them to me as a 40th birthday present. So this is our library, and when we purchased the apartment, it had this glazed chintz already on the walls, and I thought it was so chic, and I loved it. So we kept it. It did mean that I needed to figure out how to make it ours, and the way I did that was pulling that orangey red that I talked about in our entry hall to kind of contrast with the sludgy green, and I pulled that color in to this room with this Patterson Flynn carpet. And I do love a wool velvet, and it is really pretty and it feels so cozy. Something that I have a tendency to do that works for our family is in rooms where we watch TV is a big cozy sofa, but then also a table. Because when we spend time together as a family, there's almost always at least one person who doesn't like what we're watching and wants to do something else, whether that's like a knitting project or an art project, or usually with me, it's usually my puzzle. But it's a nice way to get to be in the same room and be together without necessarily doing the same thing. This corner is kind of nice because you've got your little bit of ambient lighting with the Atelier MVM mushroom lamp. It's fun for me because these are kind of all my treasures. And I do love to group my treasures together, as I call them. And it's a collection of different pieces of, some of it's art, some of it are these little boxes that I love that I buy from Cove Landing. This is a piece of art that my middle daughter made. And I just like the way it all comes together and layers together. I think in this house, I had the most fun decorating my bedroom. I really went all out. It's covered completely in this beautiful Libertine lilac fabric that is from Schumacher. Johnson used a similar lilac in one of his collections, and I have this beautiful satin jacket with a similar print on it. And when I saw that he had done this for Schumacher, I was like, that's it. That's gonna be the bedroom. It's gonna be the whole thing. And we really went for it. It's upholstered on all the walls, and we did the headboard and even the platform of the bed and the curtains. It envelops you. On the fireplace, this is a fashion illustration by Rene Boucher that my parents gave me when I was 14, because when your mother is an interior designer, you're really lucky and you get things like fashion illustrations instead of clothes for birthdays. These are some of my most favorite things that I own. They came from Louis Bofferding, and it's Paris porcelain from the 19th century, but I particularly love the degree of movement they have and that they aren't painted with flowers, that it's just sort of this like Rococo craziness. And I love putting sweet peas in them. I think they look sensational. They also look really good with lilacs. These are Edwardian tea tables, and my mother has a very fine one in her bedroom in Los Angeles, and I always loved it. And when we moved into this apartment, we had one of these, and I found another one, and I think they make great bedside tables. I don't call myself a designer because I don't design for other people. I really think of myself as a shopkeeper. I think one of my favorite things about having a shop, having a store, is that I get to work with so many artists and artisans. Getting to show people different work that they haven't seen before, that is one of the joys of having KRB. It's my outlet for all my design fantasies. When I opened the shop, I thought I was just gonna sell antiques, maybe a few trays, maybe a couple of accessories, and I quickly realized that not only could I not sustain constantly finding new antiques because it's very labor intensive, but also that I wanted to show people how to use things. And when I say I wanted to show them how to use it, I mean I wanted to convince you why I thought it was great. And in order to convince you why I thought a piece was worthwhile or great, I realized I needed more context. I needed accessories. I needed lamps and lampshades. I needed little tables. I needed a great mirror. I needed a piece of art that was new to make it more of a mix and less staid. So that's really how the expansion of the shop happened. I think that this apartment says that we are a sentimental family that likes color and lives a really full life. Part of the reason I say I'm so sentimental is because all these pieces tell the story of your life. When my mother died, I called my dear friend, Courtney Daniels, and I said, okay, you've got to help me. I am too close to everything. I want to keep everything. I want to bring more things into my house. What can I upgrade? And so she sat with me and really helped me choose pieces. There's a table flanking the sofa by the window that has this wild kind of dolphin base that was in her apartment, and she loved this table. And so I love it, and I love having it here because when I look at it, I get to think of her and have just like a nice positive memory, like a little, like it's like a little hit of dopamine. I love a painted floor, and I worked on this one with Chris Pearson to do these sort of fantasy marbles. Not surprisingly, we chose greens. And I think that there's something about a painted floor that takes things down a notch. It's a pretty formal apartment, and I like knocking it down a bit with a painted floor. Welcome to my Evangeline Bruce, John Fowler curtain fever dream. I had a lot of fantasies about this, and I'm so happy to make it happen. And I did these curtains in 2 shades of the most delicious Schumacher taffeta, and there's like 85,000 shades, and it's so much fun, and with all the little pinked edges. I just love it. So this chandelier has been with me for the last 20 years. I bought it for our first apartment right after we got married. And what I should really say is that my mother called me and said, I found a chandelier for you. You have to decide now if you want it, otherwise I'm buying it for myself. And it's wonderful. It's Austrian, mid-19th century, and it's got these beautiful green and orange crystals interspersed with the clear ones, and it's like the never-ending theme, green and orange. I love it. I can't get away from it. We did not renovate the kitchen. These are the cabinets that were here when we got here. We swapped out appliances. I put in this stainless steel countertop, and I put down some new linoleum. I also really love a servicey kitchen, and I have to tell you, if I designed it from scratch, it probably would have looked a lot like this. This is a cake my oldest daughter just made last night. It's a Martha Stewart recipe. It's a pistachio cannoli cake. My girls are crazy bakers, and I love that. It's just a very New York pre-war kitchen, and we've kind of left it like that. Living in the same building as my in-laws is just really a special experience, and I feel so lucky to be able to have that for my girls. I think it's actually the interstitial moments that are the most special. It's the girls leaving for school and running into my father-in-law, walking his dogs and stopping to have a 5-minute conversation before everyone heads off on their own way. It's a great New York story to get to live in the same building as your grandparents. I mean, that doesn't happen that much anymore, and it's pretty great. This is Beatrice's room, my oldest daughter, and when we were working on doing her room, she plucked this wallpaper out of the pile of things that I was loving. It's Paul Poiret for Schumacher, and she definitely has the nicest bedroom. And the deal was that when her godmother comes, who's my best friend, she does get kicked out. Her godmother stays here. In this room, I used this beautiful fabric of my mother's called Garden Roses, and she designed this fabric to look like a hand block print that had been used on the reverse, which was one of her favorite tricks. And so that was the inspiration for this beautiful linen. So this is Frederica's room, and when we were working on this, she and I really struggled to agree upon anything. And so at a certain point, my mother stepped in and she was like, let me help her with it. You guys are fighting too much. And I was like, great. I'm like, here's the wallpaper that she has selected, which I love, with all these fun butterflies on it. And so my mother and Freddie worked on it. And Suzanne was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull from the butterflies and we're gonna do 3 different colors of gingham. So they decided to do the gingham, and this is a Schumacher gingham, and we have the Schumacher gingham in the yellow, the aqua, and the hot pink. And it's just like kind of light and cheerful and upbeat without being overly juvenile. So this is Delphine's room, and she inherited these twin canopy beds from our last apartment, and they were covered in the same pink. I loved them so much that I wanted to use them again. And so we paired them with this pretty sweet pea wallpaper and this great Patterson Flynn textured pink carpet. Delphine is definitely my child who has the most dramatic flair, and we recently went to Japan. And while her sisters bought vintage clothing and Japanese yarn, Delphine chose this multicolor wig, and you will probably see her wearing around the streets of New York. I love living in New York City. I love having a shop in New York City. I think that having a shop in New York City lets you be a part of the fabric of your community. I love the energy and vitality and the thrum of the city. And I also love getting to come back to my apartment and get away from that all.